and a warm welcome to the Akshaya Patra Alumni Conversations, which is a series of conversations with individuals who have participated in and have been recipients of the midday meal scheme supplied by Akshaya Patra to several schools all over the country. It is my pleasure to introduce to you today Vinayaka N Rao, a biotechnologist turned actor, writer, director. So without further ado, welcome Vinayaka to this conversation. And this is all about what you're doing now and going back to your association with Akshaya Patra during your school days. So let's start with what you're doing now. Tell us a little bit about what keeps you very, very busy and what are the things you're passionate about and so on.
So in busy, there are so many multiple meanings, ma'am. So what I feel, if you like something, when you're passionate about something, you don't feel that you're hardworking or you are too much busy or something, because you love to do that anyways. Maybe you're traveling, going to different places, meeting different people, working with them, getting to know. Like my everyday, it's a different new start. I can't rigidly tell that this is my day gonna be. So I'm not a kind of what do you say, from morning till evening. Even I don't know what are the works I'm going to do. So probably every 1 or 2 hours the plan keep on changing. I'll keep on traveling. That is what making me maybe work more and love more about the profession which right now I'm in. So this is giving me a lot of energy to do more things. So that is it. That is what is my day right now.
Okay. So you chose to do biotechnology. I'm assuming you were not forced into it. You chose to do biotechnology and then you turned completely to the world of theatre and performing arts and so on.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about what was the thought process? How did you end up from, I guess, being a scientist to being a performing arts person?
Okay, that is such a big question. Okay, so when initially I just need to tell about my journey. When I for example, I personally feel everything decides the financial stability are you at that point of time. Maybe when I decided to complete my engineering and wanted to work, that was because of the financial stability, what I was at that time. And my family's financial stability. I was not in a position to take any decisions for myself. Okay, I had to think about the family. It doesn't mean that right now I'm not thinking of the family.
Sure.
Now the entire thing is settled up. So after my engineering, I worked for 1 year in a company called Bio Technology, and I worked in TCS also. So everything, so I covered it up. Then later I got a chance. My mother was the one who told me that now you are eligible to do whatever you wanted to, because you fulfilled all the needs. And at that time, the family was like not well settled, but they were in a position to take care of themselves. Then I wanted whatever I wanted to do from my childhood, the things which was hidden in me, which I never expressed also to somebody. Then that was the chance for me to take up and go ahead. Because my mother started the journey.
Well, it's always mothers who contribute quite significantly to what the children do. So tell us a little bit about your family, about your parents. Where did you grow up? The school you went to?
Sure. So basically we are 4 children and I'm the last one. So my mother always used to tell that the first person is for the family and the last person is for the society. So I'm the one who's for the society.
You're for society.
Yeah.
Nice.
So because I had responsibility, maybe compared to them, I had very less responsibilities. When I grew up, by the time, they all were like grown up and they were handling things by themselves. Okay, so from the beginning, if you want to say, because in the society, when the poverty level is like very low and when it comes to financials, also it's like very difficult. At the time, raising 4 children itself is a very difficult part, what I feel. And then providing education for them and providing all the basic things, that itself was a struggle to my mom. And frankly, I just want to mention, not to offend anybody, so there was no much support from my father at that point of time, because
Okay.
he had some other inhibitions and all.
Okay.
So mother was the one who took everything as a challenge.
Wow.
Okay. So the basic thing, what she decided, that all the four will get proper education.
Very nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
Food is the second priority. The first thing is education.
Education.
Okay. So first person was my sister, elder sister. I can proudly say that she is a double degree holder. She has done her PGDBA. She has completed her BCom. And she, at that time only, maybe 2010-11 only, she was she used to work in Wipro as accountant. And she used to earn very good money.
Very nice.
And then
excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes. Then comes to my brothers. They are also well, in the sense they couldn't complete their education well, but there was all opportunity for them to complete their education. He has done, one person had done a degree, other person ended up doing his 10th or something. Then I come into picture, where I decided that I need to study well so that I can earn well and take care of the family. That's it.
Excellent.
That was the only motto.
How nice.
Yeah.
How nice. So are all four of you still quite close to your mother?
Very much, ma'am.
Very
much.
connected. It sounds like it.
Yes.
But what a lady who, at that time decided that she was going to do this for her
Correct.
children.
And that was not forceful. That was not forceful. She always used to tell that I couldn't get all this I wished for, because she wanted to study well and well in her family. Then they were like some 11 or 12 kids.
Okay.
She ended up taking care of the household works and all. So she wanted to give that opportunity to her kids. Okay. So when she decided that, maybe what all the difficulties she faced in life, she never made us realize that, okay, she's struggling to make us to be in this position.
Right.
She always used to teach the values of life. Than making money or than being in some position. She always used to tell that if you're good at something, if you're doing something, that will be helpful for other, maybe at least 4 or 5 people.
Those are the real
Correct.
lessons of life.
Correct.
Everything else we can read in a book, but that's a real lesson of life.
Definitely, ma'am. What I feel, ma'am, maybe like we can read a book, we can watch something.
Sure.
So, but that influence is maybe not 100%. If you read a book, you ended up going to some other place, you might forget.
Yeah.
Maybe you watch a movie, maybe for another 1 week or 10 days. But there is a person with you who constantly influence you with their words and their actions, not just words.
It's a lived experience.
Correct.
It's a lived experience.
Yes.
Very
now,
nice.
whatever you're witnessing about me, about the novel, about the journey and all, maybe I can tell the 10% of my mother. So she is the greatest among all.
Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. So can I take you back into school and, the midday meal that you used to get in school and, what did that mean to all of you as kids at that time in a school?
Okay.
And which school did you go to? Just a little background of, the school you went to and, what did you kids look forward to in the midday meal? I
went to government primary school, Damlo, and government high school, Damlo, and government PUC college, Damlo. So my entire life, Damlo, and all government institutions only.
Yes.
I never thought of even going out of Damlo. I am so connected to my mom. So I just want to be with her. It's like that.
Right.
Then only I started watching the other world. When it comes to the midday meal concept and whatever, the newly introduced concept at that time, when we were kids, maybe we wouldn't have realized the importance of it.
Sure.
Because it was very easy for us to, because we look, whenever you get something for easy or free, you'll not realize the importance of that at that point of time.
Right.
Eventually, when we grow up and when we are achieving something, or else when we are in a path of achieving something, then we realize that, look, I personally felt when you want to maybe think higher and want to level up yourself, you should acquire knowledge. Okay. So in order to acquire knowledge, your tummy should be full. You shouldn't bother about the basic needs like clothing, food, all that things. When you struggle itself for food, for clothes, you can't think of next step.
Right.
So that was the importance of midday meal. They never one point I need to mention. They never made us think about the basic thing, which was food, because that was already done.
Taken
it was
care
like
of.
tick, done. So I can think about the next plans, what I want to become, how much I need to earn. Maybe because at that time the basic thing was earning more, being into some other position, maybe constructing anything. But the basic things was fulfilled by Akshaya Patra at that point of time itself without our knowledge. Without our knowledge for thousands and lakhs of people, not just me.
Sure.
So maybe eventually when I become something, when I think of it, I'm really, yes. Right. True. Now, when I talk about my mom, the influence made me do something in my life.
Yes.
But at that point of time, maybe I would have hated for being disciplined, for not letting me play for more hours. Right. But now I could realize because of that only I'm done something now. So because of Akshaya Patra, that midday meal, whatever they have provided, that was a very grateful thought. For so many lakhs of kids along with me. Because I used to go second time also to take that little more. So,
and there was always enough for everybody.
Yes. There was no time where we are like empty with stomach or something. There was no time. Maybe that was one of the reason for most of the children to go to school regularly.
You think so?
I think so, because the place I come from, it's like there was not what do you say? Nowadays people call it as slums and all, right? Even under that, it was like very. If I go back and think, I can't even imagine that it was like that. Okay, so the gang of children were used to walk and go to school. For most of us, that was the primary reason. Okay, if you go to school, whether you get education or not, you're
going to get a good meal.
Yeah, that is for sure. So education eventually they'll make us learn, but that was the primary reason. No matter how many ever times you ask me, I will tell this at any point of my lifetime. Okay, but now I realized it. Not at that point of time. That was like very childish thinking that we'll get hot food, let's have it and all of that.
Correct.
So that was the importance, ma'am. Because when you want to do something in your life, when you want to acquire knowledge, when you're in that journey, you shouldn't think about the basic things like food, clothing, shelter. The major part of your life is already covered without
taken care of.
Without any maybe without any efforts from you. It's already there, and one big organization is working. You'll never realize that. Right.
So what were you like as a child in school? Did you play sports? Were you academically very bright? Were you the leader of your class? What were you?
So if you in cricket now, they'll all-rounder, right?
Yes.
I was all-rounder, ma'am.
You were all-rounder.
Yes.
Okay.
So for all the years, I was the school leader. So I used to score more marks. I used to participate in all science exhibitions, maybe debate competitions, all cultural fest. It was
Were you
like
just
that.
super intelligent, or also you put in hard work?
That was because of the necessity is the mother of creativity. So when there was a necessity, you will do it. Otherwise, you'll relax. When it's not just you think and do it, you are in a position that there is nothing, then you'll create. So that was my situation at that time. So I just want to, there was no, now they have multiple choice, right? Option A, B, C, D to choose.
Right.
For me, it's like, okay, choose. Only one option. I had to choose.
Yeah.
I had to do everything. It's like that. If you don't do that, you'll lose opportunity. It's like that. So there was no bundle of opportunities. There was one. You should grab it and do it. No matter what, whether you have a support or not.
Yeah.
It was like that.
Yeah. So where is your mother now, and what is she doing?
She is happily in Hyderabad now.
Yes.
Because the point she wanted to take care of her mother. Okay. She went off to Hyderabad. So before that, she used to be in Bangalore itself, around 30-35 years of her life. So now she is happily in Hyderabad, well settled. So recently we built a house also.
How nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I can tell that some people ask me, what is your achievement right now?
Yes.
I always say that my achievement is already done because we built a 5-floor house. That from nowhere, from zero, where you struggle to live in a house, there was no electricity, there was no proper water service, there was nothing. And now you are living in a 5-floor house and you're renting out for people and grabbing an amount of rent in a month. That is my achievement.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
That's absolutely excellent. Congratulations to your, to your positive attitude and your hard work and your mother's guidance, I guess. All those things matter. Yeah. So what is a message that you would have for the alumni of Akshaya Patra. I'm sure you're connected to other members who've been through similar experiences with Akshaya Patra. So what is it that you would like the alumni to, contribute or do?
Okay, alumni. So what I personally feel when I started my journey, so we had very few streams to get in. For example, the reason I got into engineering, because I was not aware of something else. Frankly, in order to get into engineering also, there was only two options, ma'am. Either medicine or engineering. I couldn't afford medicine. That is the reason I took engineering, even though I had a very good ranking. Okay. I was completely zero in terms of knowledge. We have a stand-up comedian also. We have a maybe architect also. We have a director also, writer also.
Yes.
There are so many other fields which I was unaware at the time, completely zero. To be very frank, might be I laugh at myself now, but at the time, okay, if you do engineering, you're eligible for this society.
Right.
So it was like that. So that our maybe younger generation, whoever is right now struggling to at least understand the field, the basic question will be like whether can we make money, whether can we survive there.
Yes.
So these questions need to be answered by the people who are already there. For example, if you talk about my stream, I'm in this art and entertainment, right? So I do work for reality shows also, movies also, theaters. There are so many other things. If anybody want to get into that field, I can easily guide them telling that these are the things you're going to face.
Right.
And this is how you should train yourself. Not just imagining that, okay, I'm going to be the director, I'm going to be the writer. So if you, in order to become a doctor, what are the things you need to follow?
Yeah.
In order to become the director also, you should follow few things.
Are you in touch with any of the younger members of the alumni in terms of sharing your experience and your perspective with them and guiding them, as you're saying?
Okay. So maybe around 2019 or 18, we did one drama, ma'am. There was one person called Sujata, ma'am.
Yeah.
She was the one who actually initially spoke to me, and she is the one who brought me here. So with her guidance, we did one very big play by utilizing some 4 or 5 government school students. We trained them for 1.5 months.
Did you direct the play?
Yes, I
Wonderful.
directed the play.
And who wrote the play?
I only wrote the play.
Excellent. So you were the writer, director.
Yes.
And the actors were who? Children?
Government school children.
The government school children.
Yeah. My intention was to make them understand what are these things.
Yeah.
That is why I'm capable enough to direct a play within 1 week. I took 2.5-3 months classes to them. So that give them idea what exactly acting or whatever it is. So that 3 months of training, they would have experienced something maybe they will not experience for another 10 years also.
Yes.
So that was the only intention.
What did you experience working with these young children?
Young children, is it?
Yes.
Maybe I learned a lot. I could see myself there. Because at that time, even maybe if I would have got the opportunity, even I would have enjoyed. I would have learned a lot.
Yeah.
So that missing feeling was like, that void was filled when I went there. I didn't feel that I'm the one who's like trying to teach them something. That was me only.
Yeah.
Like few years before. It was like I was in that nostalgic feeling when I went there. That was really good. That is why I extended it for 3 months.
Wonderful.
And eventually we did so many performances. So like that, every time whenever there was a meetup or something, I met few the new generation kids who are there who wanted to do something in their life, who are getting very good support from Akshaya Patra. I met them. Some of them wanted to get into this writing zone. Some of them wanted to get in. Few other streams, they are still in touch with me. Sometimes they'll text me. So I only tell them that you complete your whatever the degree.
Yeah.
And then before you get into that field, so like that, it's the regular guidance is there.
Yes.
So, but I couldn't meet so many. Like in a group, I couldn't meet. Maybe some 20-30 are still in touch with me.
So what are the challenges of the field that you're in? There are so many people.
Okay.
And, who have this ambition to become actors or writers. There are so many OTT platforms and all kinds of things. So what would be your advice, let's say, to a younger version of yourself, choosing this field? What should you be aware of? What are the opportunities? What are the challenges?
Okay, opportunity and challenges. So not just this field, ma'am. What I feel, any field you can, if you want to get in, okay. First of all, you should know that it will gonna take quite long time. Prepare yourself. You'll not be in achievers box, achievers list, or you'll be in what do you say, legend category very very soon. You should enjoy the process. You should enjoy the journey. Whatever you start off, maybe you want to start a company, maybe you want to start up anything.
Right.
Maybe you're starting. Just think that you're starting an orphanage. Maybe think that you're starting a school. Everything, it's a process. Even don't think about the end result initially only. First thing. Second thing, start acquiring knowledge. Every day, I always follow one quote. Every day, do something that will inch you closer for a better tomorrow. That's it. It's not like better 10 years. Better tomorrow. Maybe today you do something, tomorrow it will gonna help you. So in that way, if you have that courage, that I will gonna sustain in this field. Sustain for a longer time. You are the winner already. Because you're not thinking about the end result, right?
Yeah.
Right now also I'm not thinking that I'm gonna be so popular director. No. I already feel that I'm so eligible, popular director, writer. People don't know me. That's it. I feel already.
Nice.
Okay. It's their opportunity to find out me. That's it. I'm already eligible. I'm knowledgeable. I'm not simply bluffing or telling. I every day I read books. Every day I work with people. Every day I do stuff, or else my lifestyle, including my clothing, everything is related to my field. It's not, I'm not someone who is different from this field. Maybe you want to become a doctor, you should think like a doctor. You should acquire knowledge like a doctor. You should behave like that. You should feel, and you should behave the way you want to become tomorrow. That is where your initial stages are. So most of the children, or most of them who want to become, maybe do something in this field, they're in assumption that, okay, I will become like him. I'll become like Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah.
Or I'll become like Rajamouli. No. Why do you want to become Rajamouli? Maybe after 10-15 years, people should talk about it. There was one more guy called Sandeep Reddy Vanga. He directed 1 or 2 movies. That's it. He's quite popular than maybe any other directors now. It's about only his perspective, ma'am. So you can get inspiration from them. Don't ever think that you will become like them.
So who is your inspiration now? Who were the people who inspired you when you were a child?
My childhood. Okay. Obviously my mom. That is for sure.
That we know.
Terms of
that we know.
everything.
She's played a very major
Yes.
role in shaping you, which is...
Not just words, ma'am, because I need to mention one more journey now. So when there was a point where she had to take decision, okay, when there was no financial support, she started a small street food shop. Okay, maybe Tallagadi, Bonda Bhaji and all. You remember?
Yes,
you know?
yes.
So that was not even like a shop. It's like a trolley. You need to put everything and take it to one more place, prepare everything, sell it and come back. Okay, women during 2000s or 1990s, that is the biggest challenge.
Yes.
You don't have anyone to support.
Yeah.
Look, where she is only preparing everything from morning and evening she'll go. She sells those things. Maybe she's making some 400-500 rupees out of it. In that, she's taking, okay, this much for children's education. I can see administration there. I can see courage there. And maybe for all the children, all 4 of us, we were, maybe I'm working for different production houses now, different companies now.
Yes.
My first employment was with my mom. Yeah.
You used to help her?
No, I used to work with her. I was an employee and she was my boss. Okay. And maybe in one or the other way, she used to give me money also. Right. That was my salary, right? I used to put it in my piggy bank and all. So I learned everything from the administration, from how to talk to people. There were like a lot of customers, right, who walk in. Some of them used to be really arrogant. Some of them used to be so soft. Then and there itself I understood how to talk to people, how to analyze them. But that's a hands-on experience, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
I did not started working at 21 or 22. I started working when I was 10, 11. So in the same case with my brothers, my sister also. Even she used to help. So she played a bigger role. And then I think one of the teacher called Ramadevi, ma'am. Okay.
In your school?
In my school, primary school.
Yeah.
My second standard teacher. I still remember her. Maybe few of them feel that you can't remember clearly.
So, what is it that you remember about her, which is so embedded in your memory?
She used to transform all the classes into poems.
Poems.
Yes. She used to make us stand in a circle. So eventually we used to feel that is so easy to remember.
Do you remember any of those poems?
Definitely I remember.
Can you recite one? Huh?
Okay. So it's like Chinnada Tagadina Tutturi, Kasige Kondanu Kasturi. And she used to do these actions and all.
Ah, okay.
Okay. And when she was leaving, my first heartbreak was that when I was in 5th standard or something, she left the school because of her maybe health issues or something.
Okay.
So at that time, on blackboard, she has written her phone number. Muru Muru Sonne Muru Yelu Aru Aidu. I still remember that.
Wow.
And I used to call her every year for Teachers' Day to wish her.
How nice. When was the last time you spoke to her?
The last time when I spoke to her, when I was in 2nd year of engineering, she passed away and somebody else took up the call. And he informed me. That is where I stopped calling her. So like from the journey from 2nd standard to your engineering 2nd year, that is not small.
Yes, yes.
She influenced me. For most of my Kannada writings, she is my inspiration.
Wow.
And she is the one who told me that for one word in Kannada, there are multiple meanings. And you can even write it in some other way also, metaphorically telling things. Right? So, for example, in order to tell you, I can directly tell you that you are beautiful. Or I can metaphorically tell that the moon is no longer beautiful than when compared to you. Right, like that.
Yeah, sure.
She used to teach us in the sense at that time only. So I used to like her narrations.
She's obviously made a big impact.
Definitely. Not that lessons. She used to bring some new books and all. For example, Kuvempu's Sri Ramayana Darshanam at that time. I was a small kid. That is very huge books. And Dara Bendra's. So that was a big impact on me. So when eventually I grew up, I started reading those books. That is how my Kannada is so good.
Excellent.
When I write.
Yeah. So you're fluent in writing, you write in Kannada, you write in English?
I can write in English, Kannada, Telugu and Hindi. Tamil I can translate.
Do you act in your plays as well, or do you
I
only
did more
direct?
than 2,000 plays, ma'am.
You've done more than 2,000 plays? How old are you? That's
32
fantastic.
right now.
Huh.
Yeah.
You're acting in two? Or you're directing too?
Acting, direction and writing. Parallelly I do it. Okay,
and where are these plays performed typically?
Everywhere in India. So most probably when it comes to Karnataka, it is Ravindra Kalakshetra, Rangashankara and Samuchaya Bhavana, Samudaya Bhavana, all of that. Yeah.
Okay.
And most probably for 4-5 years I did street plays.
I see.
Yeah.
With children?
Not with children, ma'am. So what happens? So there's a organization called UNICEF. You might have known about that. So they have contacted and they figured out few directors in Karnataka, and I am one among them.
Okay.
They chose 6 directors. So they have given assignment to us. There are some sensitive issues in society. For example, not here, maybe north part of Karnataka. You need to find out that issues, write it down, put it down in a writing, and go and perform a play. They used to give us some 10 members, like 4 female and 6 male, like that.
Yeah.
So the sensitive issues were like maybe during pregnancy, what are the difficulties do you face when you become early pregnant? Maybe at the age of 18 or 17, right? That. And child marriage.
Yes.
Okay, like that, they were like, whenever so many health issues related. So these things, they asked us to first do a research. So what is the project is about? Travel with your team. Go, stay in that village from morning till evening. Next day, start writing about it. And then the next day, evening itself, we should present a play and tell them that these are the problems you're facing in this village and these are the reasonable solutions.
That's very interesting. A lot of the stuff that you've talked about really has to do with, early child marriage, which again has to do, your health has to do with your food and nutrition and so on. Correct. Do you think in any way, if not overtly, then subliminally, the experience you had with Akshaya Patra meals in school and the importance of everyday nutrition, has that in any way influenced some of these street plays where it becomes a relevant topic?
Not some of this, ma'am. Most of this, when it comes to nutrition.
Yeah.
Okay, so I spoke, I think two of them, I don't remember the name. So there was a person called Jagannath who works here in Akshaya Patra. I contacted him. I took some 2 to 3 people's contact and had a discussion with them. Look, what has to be told during the play.
You know, your story is going to inspire so many other children and so many other people, because, you know, that is the way when we share stories like yours, which is an incredible story. And some of the things that you've said, you know, you learn from everyday life.
Correct.
You don't learn from a book. You observe, you experience. And, you know, a lot of people these days talk about giving back to society. You know, it's nothing more than being sensitive to
Correct.
the needs of others.
Correct.
And doing whatever you can to help them.
Definitely no, ma'am.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is it that you wish for yourself?
I wish for myself.
Yes.
Without wishing, I'm getting things.
That's good.
So I always feel that, as science said, everybody said, a man is a social animal. I want to live like that. I don't want to go to a phase where people treat me that he is a legend and keep him aside. No. If I want to work with people, be with them, and I want to live my life in a very, very general way. So
what
that
inspires you?
What inspires me?
Like right now, what are you inspired by and what are you concerned about?
Okay, so my inspiration is from everywhere. Maybe from any, like, for every writing, okay, on every Thursday till Sunday, we go to Sakleshpura or some other forest related place.
Okay.
And, like, not people, even the trees, the nature is inspiring us, that water bodies, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So we all are very basic towards nature, ma'am. So we are not greater than anything, what I feel.
Yeah.
That is the inspiration, right? Look, you just see, without any expectation, the tree is giving oxygen to us. In return, we are not doing anything. Instead of destruction.
Sometimes we are cutting the tree.
That is why, instead of destruction, we are not
Exactly.
at the same time, tree doesn't have any harsh feeling towards it. It is continuing his work, right? It feels that that is my responsibility, or they are not understanding. At one point of time, maybe human race can understand the feelings of the tree. Maybe some of them are already understood and working towards that.
Right.
In the same way, I just want to flow in my work. I don't expect that people should give me this reaction. People should give me this kind of rewards or anything. I'll be in a flow that I do things. If it is affecting also, I'll continue doing it. If it is not affecting also, I'll continue doing it. In return, I don't want anything. Because I clearly know that I will move on from there.
Yeah, yeah.
My next job is to go somewhere else. And the things which is concerning me is what do you say? There are, like, maybe many bigger issues in society, maybe like a kind of wars what we are facing right now. It's 2024. We feel the technology is so high, right? We know everything. We can even reach up to moon also now. But why this basic sense we don't have?
Yeah.
Of not stopping the war. Why that much of hatred? Why that much of rage? Towards the one, he is also a fellow mate, right?
Yes,
he might be a friend, he might be a mother, brother, anybody. Why do you show such a hatred towards somebody?
Yeah.
You in one phase you're reaching up to moon, and your technology is so high nowadays, smartphones, everything. Why we made everything so that we can live a comfortable life? After reaching up to comfortable life, you're thinking of hating somebody. And man, like, he started his journey with, like, lot of people surrounded by, like, they were like so many. Maybe if we take one family, they used to be like 40-50 members. Now it is so nuclear, 1 or 2 people. Now you want freedom in terms of what? I don't understand this. This is my basic concern. So we are doing stuff. Our actions are different. Our expectations are different.
Yeah.
That should stop. Or else don't invent technology which will harmful to people.
Well said. Yeah.
So that's what, ma'am. That is my basic concern. Why they are not thinking in that basic way?
That is the very big question. That is the very big question. How is this reflected in the plays you write or in your interactions with people? Because, you know, as a writer of plays, you influence.
Correct.
You know, you're telling stories.
Correct.
And stories is what people remember.
Correct.
And what we remember is what we get influenced by. So how are some of your, some of the positive spirit that you have, actually a lot of the positive spirit you have, and a lot of real concerns,
Correct.
whether it is about climate change, cutting down trees, wars, etc., that you've talked about. How are some of these reflected in the work that you do? Because your work is all about communicating with people and influencing the way people think and behave.
So in all of my work, it will be there. Maybe if I do a drama, street play, or in my write-ups, there was one novel which I'm started writing, which is called as The End of the Beginning.
Okay,
So
not the
that
beginning
is,
of the end.
it's the end of the beginning. But wherever you start from, you'll end up there.
Yes.
So you never know. You're not traveling to somewhere. You can't reach up to some other place. You'll get back to your roots. So that is the whole logic of the play. So recently there was one more write-up which influenced so many people. Okay. So in social media, what happens? There is some incident happened. It might be. It happened to a woman. It happened to a male. People don't have that patience to think whether it is real or not. They just share it. Share it.
Yeah.
They are in a hurry to share without thinking that it is someone's life.
Yes.
If it is fake, he will get affected, not you.
Yeah.
For you, it might be a joke. You might be chit-chatting with your friend, you'll share. You put it in WhatsApp status, you put it in Instagram status. You have such a big tool called technology, and you're misusing for something without even thinking.
Yeah.
So I wrote a write-up called Let Us Have a Reverse Share. So, for example, some incident happened. You don't judge, no. You don't know. Don't judge.
Yeah.
If you judge and make it forward, then only it is getting spread to thousands and lakhs of people. They are getting affected. He don't even know the thing. He's discussing with his family while having dinner and all.
Yeah.
So let us reverse share it. No, let us come back to the same point where the incident happened. Let that be judged by the proper people, and let us resolve there only. Let us not take it in our hands and start judging and make it as a mess. So
Nice.
that was the thing. Reverse
So
sharing.
Vinayaka, my final question to you. You've got a very infectious optimism about you.
Okay.
What is the message that you would like to share with the young school children who are in school and enjoying their Akshaya Patra meals, studying to be, I don't know, doctors, AI specialists these days or whatever? What is it that you would like to say to them?
Okay, younger minds. Younger minds, I always feel it's like a water. Whatever you're dropping in, it will gonna take up that. Positivity, negativity, shape, size. Well, even the speed and velocity also sometimes.
Yeah.
You can generate electricity through water, right? It has that capability. So, it's not the person coming in your life. Now, in this era, in this maybe digital world, we should take up a stand and think that what we are doing, and never ever compare yourself with others. Your circumstances are different. Maybe your upbringing is different. Your financial stability is different. We always end up comparing ourselves with the one who is greater, who has more money, who is in a different position, who is like roaming in car.
Yeah.
That will not fetch you anything. That is a simple logic, right? So he might be unhappy. You never know. You're just looking at that outer maybe presentation, and you are getting wrongly influenced. No. Whatever God has given, whatever the family has provided you, that is very beautiful. Figure out what best you can make in that. Don't ever compare yourself with a very unrealistic examples. That is what I believe in. Because in your position, whatever you can do, you will definitely come up. Whoever the great leaders you can see in politics, great achievers in any field you see, they all came from zero. In fact, APJ Abdul Kalam sir also, he was nothing.
Yes.
Right. So take those examples. Then maybe getting into some assumption, wrongly assuming things. Why I'm not getting this? Why I'm not getting that?
Sure.
The people nowadays, I feel some of the youngsters whom I go and talk, they were in assumption that if I had iPhone, I would have become an influencer. my photo quality, video qualities would have been better.
Mm,
No, it's not about the iPhone. It's about the technique.
exactly.
Most of them have iPhones, right?
Yes.
Why they are not becoming influencers? Why they are not doing well in social media?
Right.
It's not about the iPhone or the technology. It's about you. How do you think? When your content is good, when you are thinking in a very positive way and doing it, it will gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is what I want to make them. Just understand yourself, and first of all, love about yourself, and accept your situations. From there, you jump ahead and do things. Don't harm anybody, especially not to your family, friends, anybody. Go ahead.
Excellent.
If your decision is not harming anybody,
Yes.
that is the right decision, ma'am.
So thank you very much, Vinayaka. It's been fascinating to speak with you and see your animated enthusiasm and the many things that you do. And all the best for your play this evening.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.